Well, hello everybody, or at least I hope hello everybody. Do pardon me as I'm gonna be a little lost for a few seconds or so because hold on, let me see. Yeah, we're gonna have playback. Do pardon me as okay. I am trying something of some sort of new thing where we are live on um, both Facebook and YouTube. And I do need a second. Those of you who join me on Facebook, just give me a second and let me make sure that things are looking right on wow. Let me try that again. Those of you who are joining me on Facebook, just share this video and bear with me for a minute. And I seem to have some sort of problem with my YouTube live feed. So, looks like, sorry, I need to solve that problem. Do let me know on comments if we are good. Oh, hi. Okay, so I see that we are good on Facebook. And for some reason, okay, looks like we're good on YouTube as well. I'm going to get to it. I will try to, as I said, this is a new thing, but I had many of my lovely friends letting me know that because they are not on Facebook, it is not fair that I only do live feed on Facebook. So I'm gonna, oh, perfect. I am seeing comments on YouTube that we are good on YouTube as well. Great. I will do my very best to stream or monitor both. Just bear with me, but do make sure to share this video wherever you're watching it, either YouTube or Facebook, because I need more than a couple of people to hear this and to see this. It is important. But before I get there, I'm going to do the usual complaint. Facebook has been literally shadow banning me beyond the comprehension. So I need you guys to go this extra step. Don't wait for your news feed to show you what I posted. I've been posting regularly, and I can promise you most of what I'm posting is not available anywhere else because I'm not posting it following other websites. I find them on Afghan International TV station and IRIB, which is Islamic Republic of Iran's broadcasting channel. So take the extra step, go to my page directly or go to my website directly. I have a wonderful, beautifully designed by myself, LiveUpToFreedom.com. 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 All my video, radio, articles, Patreon, everything I can think of. It's in there. It's right there. So go to liveuptofreedom.com, sign up for newsletter, sign up for text alert, or do need there, just add my website to your favorite page. Let me get us started. This is not going to be a very pleasant live feed. So if anybody has any problems with possibly not polite, ladylike language, you may want to exit now. I'm going to start from here. I've been glued to, as I said, Afghan TV or Afghan International TV for a good chunk of 10 days. Also, I've been following or watching IRIB, Islamic Republic of Iran's broadcasting news channel, and I've been posting. I've been getting this curious question, for lack of a better term, curious question, where I post something or I put something up and I get the question of, what's your source? Or do you have a link to your source? Ladies and gentlemen, under the circumstances of what is happening in the Middle East and in Europe and in America, it is my honor and distinct pleasure to introduce my source to you. Her name is Anni Cyrus. You're staring at her right now. And the reason she is the source is she can speak, write, and read Farsi, Urdu, English, and partially Pashto. These are the four languages that are extremely involved with what is happening in Afghanistan, in Iran, in Syria, in Europe, in America. So with that being said, I am the source. You want to believe me or not, that is completely up to you, but please stop asking what my source is because I am your source. I've been pretty much training for years for today. I've been warning everybody of today coming up, but that's besides the point. So I am the source. I am watching Afghan TV. I am watching Islamic Republic of Iran's news TV, and I am monitoring all tweets coming out from Taliban members, which should be, kind of shameful that they still have a platform, but that's something I'm going to get to in a minute. But I'm monitoring them directly, and then I'm translating or making them into a short version of quick highlight and putting them on my platforms. That would be the source. I have no other way to, first of all, as I said, what you want to do with my information is completely up to you. However, I am seeing on Facebook that seems like Facebook is blocking my video. As I said, I am on YouTube. Head over there. YouTube seemed to be doing fine from comments. We are fine. So if you're having problems with Facebook, come on over, head over to YouTube. I have a comment on YouTube I want to address. So why is the Israeli flag over there? Are you referring to this flag right here, standing next to the American flag and the real Iranian flag? Because this alliance has been there for years. And as long as they stand strong together, Islamization will be destroyed. Now, however, as of today, they're not, because Iran has been conquered by Islam. America has been conquered by Biden's cabal. So the reason it's here, though, is where I come from, under the king of the kings, Cyrus the Great. Israel is our ally. He saved Jews because he believed that every human being has the right to live a free life as long as they are obeying by basic human rights. So that's to answer your question. Thank you so much. I see that this is actually pretty new to me, but I see that someone on Super Chat made a donation. I appreciate that very much. I don't know where you are from. I don't know if Sayed is your real name, but thank you for your donation and thank you for your support and kind words. So I'm going to try to go back and forth between comments. So we established the source. Great. Awesome. Next thing I want to say is, let's be clear on something. Immigration. Immigration is when, first of all, immigration is not a right. It's a privilege. I personally had the privilege to become an immigrant, come to America. So stop. Anybody out there who's saying that they have the right to come to America or Europe or anywhere else, they don't. By they, I mean what is supposedly under umbrella of Afghan people. You see, immigration or seeking asylum is when your life is in danger based on your race, your religion, your gender, your faith, your political views in your country. Then you can seek asylum to a country that would give you safe haven, or you would be protected, or you could practice freely whatever the problem might be within your country. What is happening in Afghanistan right now is putting every single breathing human being in danger. So it's not that they are seeking asylum to come to America as individuals to have a better life. No, we have created a disaster. By we, I should be more clear on my sentences. Leaders of Western countries together have created a disaster that has, as I said, put every single breathing human in danger because, as I said on my last live feed, Taliban isn't the Afghan problem. Right now, the alliance of Taliban, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, IRGC, Hezbollah, Hamas, and the rest of the Islamic terror groups, their alliance is the next step into global caliphate. So, by bringing Afghan people to America, UK, France, Germany, Italy, Canada, countries that I can think of on top of my head, we are not solving any problem. We cannot possibly take every single Afghan and spread them between other countries. We can't do that. It's not possible. Number one, overnight, this cannot happen. Those of you who have followed me for long enough, you know my story. I spent 3 years of my life as a teenager, 3 years of my life to go through process of proper screening, proving who I am, what is happening to me, what could possibly happen to me if I don't make it to a safe country, all the way to the very last day when I landed in Miami on August 8, 2002, to fingerprint, footprint, eye laser scan. 3 years of process to make it here. Now, I'm not saying I'm a model citizen. No, I have my issues. But the point is, I came in, I was actually the second batch of refugees who came in after September 11, as I said, August of 2002. But I came in after they knew exactly who I am, where I come from, what I've done, what's my background, what's my story. When you load planes of thousands of people overnight and you just unload them in another country, how do you guarantee who they are? So this is my problem. I'm not a hypocrite. I am not anti-immigration. I am all about immigration. I am all about, if you have what it takes, make it to a country that's going to offer you a better life, hold on to it, grow as best as you can, make a good life for yourself, because we all deserve a good life. But I am against loading up planes with people that we don't know their name, we don't know their age, we don't know where they come from. I saw a couple of pictures of the recent plane coming. The front row has a Palestinian couple in it. Why are we bringing Palestinian couple into America under name of Afghan refugees? That is where my problem starts. And yes, I am saying this, it kind of feels annoying. It is annoying when I have to explain what I'm doing or what I stand for, when people question my stand instead of sitting there and questioning what is happening with every single Western country's government. As of today, I don't know if you know or not, but Macron already started negotiation with Taliban. Did you know that? They have already started. UK government has already started negotiation with Taliban, and so are we. Now, let me be clear. When I say negotiation, they're sitting down talking to these people as if they are a genuine government of a country. Now, for a second, don't even think that they don't know who they're negotiating with. They're very clear that they are legitimizing a group of barbaric, absolutely zero value, zero code of honor people who read the Quran and follow the 51% of the Quran that says kill or convert. They know exactly what they're doing. The question is, why are we sitting here correcting each other? How many of you have actually picked up the phone and called your representative in Congress and tell them what you're doing about it? Because they can do something about it, right? I personally made a comment on a couple of Congress members who were asking for prayers for our troops and soldiers and their families. And I said, okay, we're going to do the prayers, but what are you going to do? Because prayers go so far, guys. It goes so far. Nowhere does it ever say you sit there and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray and something's going to happen. No, you need to take actions while you're praying. You hold on to hope. You don't give up. You keep faith. You pray, but you also take action. And again, oh, Facebook is censoring you. Oh, YouTube is censoring you. Oh, Twitter kicked you out. There are ways. This is 2021. Hello, there are so many ways. If all conservatives for a minute would actually stop the new habit that I actually tell friends sometimes, I'm like, I don't understand. Now, I am an investigative journalist slash human rights activist, right? It's my job to read and listen and translate and write and all that, but I still don't sit there all day doing this. Oh, like, angry face, like, and you think that's going to save our country? Do you really think scrolling through your censored shadow banned Facebook page and clicking like an angry face is going to do much? The purpose of these live feeds and articles and videos and journalism isn't about, I love you, I like you, you're so pretty, oh, look at that hair, I love the short hair. None of that is the point of it. The point is there are very few of us, and I'm going to be extremely, I'm going to sound there again, but that's okay. It's time for me to kind of sort of take a new approach. There are very few Anni Cyruses out there. There are very few of us who have the capability to hear what they're saying and honest and without sugarcoating, translating it into the language other people can understand and put it out there. There are very few of us. And the fact that someone like me has to literally repeatedly ask people to please don't give in to censorship, please get off your tushy and do something, it is frustrating. You know why left is winning constantly and non-stop? And they are winning. Don't even think about they're not winning. I mean, if you claim for a second they're not winning, then you absolutely have buried your head far into the sand. Because left is winning. They are winning. And the reason they win is their unity. Regardless of personal issues and personal belief, when one of them starts something, they get behind that one person until mission accomplished. That's number one. Number two, they make sure to dedicate more than enough time into the cause they believe in. I saw a picture, you've seen it too. I saw a picture of Taliban by the Afghan palace when they conquered Kabul. They were all standing there, 5 of them. And when you look at the picture, the first thing that caught my attention was they're actually wearing no shoes. They're just standing there with their... You couldn't tell which one is the leader. You couldn't tell which one is the higher person. They all look the same. They were all standing there barefoot completely. And here's what hit me. Go ahead and mistranslate this however you like. It's like, wow. Wow. Look at their dedication to their cause of Islamization. Wow. Now look at us. The whole distraction of entire movement is to who's more famous, who's more rich, who's got the money, who's driving a better car, who has a bigger house, who has a smaller house, who's younger, who has better looking. We have so many who's got what? That there is no common goal anymore. We are so divided internally on our own side of conservative people that we are distracted from what they're doing because we're sitting here trying to correct each other and be better than the other person. I did it first. I published it second. You did my thing. You get what I'm saying. At least I hope you get what I'm saying. I do apologize as I completely forgot to check comments on YouTube. The same person who asked me why I have an Israeli flag here is asking, are you a Zionist? I'm a human. Is that enough answer for you? I'm a human. I don't wear labels. I'm a human who believes strongly that Jewish people have as much right to a free life as I do. That's, you call me whatever you want. I mean, if that makes me a Zionist, so sure, I'm a Zionist. But I normally wake up in the morning and consider myself a human whose childhood was ripped away from her, left her with issues and struggles in life because a cult that decided how I should live life and what I should be considered happens to be what I was born into. And then at some point in life, luckily and thanks to God, I survived. So on that note, because the same cult is attacking the people of Israel and Jews every day, I stand by them. I pretty much can understand what they're going through. So I hope that answers your repeated 4 times question of, are you a Zionist? I have a question from Tom O'Connor on YouTube. My apologies if okay, I might need my glasses because YouTube comments are tiny. Bear with me for 1 second. Let me wear my glasses. So, and I don't know what the reflection is going to be on my glasses, so don't mind it. Here we go. My apologies if this question has already been asked. How is it that Ilhan Omar, who has nothing but hatred of the United States, become a congresswoman? Tom, I would say I think it has been asked, but I don't mind answering it again. Someone like Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Keith Allison, Linda Sarsour, and the rest of them, they gain momentum, they gain power, they gain support in America because they have so much hatred for America. You see, America, unfortunately, as of right now, is extremely divided. We have 2 groups of people. We have those who are anti-American and hate America, and they are American-borns. And then we have patriots or pro-Americans who love America. Now, the level of the group of hating America and anti-Americans, it's about here, where the pro-Americans and patriots are here. What do I mean by that? First of all, hate is always a stronger emotion. A lot of people do more stupid thing towards hate than they do toward love. Secondly, the group that love America, the patriots, we have a conflict of interest, which is we are conservatives. We have to be good people. We have to be polite. We cannot drop the F-bomb. We should not be using cuss words. We have to maintain a certain level of nice conservative behavior. On that note, the leftist anti-American hating American group is gaining more momentum, and they are being elected and they're getting more power because the nice Americans do not want to be Islamophobe. They don't want to be bigoted. They don't want to be hateful. They don't want to be racist. They don't want to be the entire collection of labels that the left has created for us to stop us from fighting for what's right. I hope that answered your question. I'm going to read a couple more comments on YouTube, and then I'm going to come to Facebook and read some of those. Wow, okay. YouTube seemed to be, as I said, this is the first time I'm doing a live feed on YouTube, but this is interesting. Anyhow, okay. You're very welcome, Tom. Okay. This is an interesting question. Hey, Inaz, when is the next time you will be on RedEyes TV again? The neo-Nazis at RedEyes seem to love you. Great job. I actually can't remember. I think it was 2017 that I was invited on RedEyes TV. I think that's when it was. And you see, this is interesting. You see, right there, I want everybody who is a conservative, pro-American, and supporting me. I want you to see how much the trolls or the leftists are gaining momentum even on my live feed. And again, it's actually pretty amazing that first time on YouTube, and they're standing by watching for me to do this so they can come at me. To answer your question, I am glad that they do love me. Any conservative channel that is willing to spread the message that will help stop Islamization is always a great channel. Now, with you titling them the neo-Nazis, did I mention I'm not afraid of your labels, or haven't I? Because it seems like you're a neutral on my page. Oh, darling, I grew up being labeled half a human. So dumb that I had a half a brain and I need a male guardian to make my decisions. I grew up with a brainwashed system that tried to make me think and believe that I'm not worthy of anything but the $50 my father received to sell me to the man who bought me from him. I recovered from that. I grew up to be a young, successful, established American Iranian lady. So if you think your little cute neo-Nazi label is going to freak me out, you may want to just take a minute, regroup, think of something harsher or something more relevant to come back with. I don't know. I agree. I have a comment here. I don't know what is a crypto Jew. But if you think I'm a crypto Jew, that's fine too. As I said, you see, people like me, we have survived freaking Sharia, guys. Whatever I'm called, it's all good with me. To me, as I said, I'm a human. But whatever head your ID is, you consider me what you like. Okay, I promise to come to Facebook and if I see any questions to answer them. So let me quickly scroll here. Aviva is asking, how do you know they are Palestinian? Now I'm guessing you're asking me regarding the picture. I said the front couples. If you look at the couple in the front, now here's the thing, Middle Eastern countries, they all have very traditional clothing. The front couple, it's actually on the right side of the picture, or basically left, but your right side of the picture. It's a woman, her husband, and their child. The woman is wearing the chafiyeh, which is the Palestinian. You've seen Rashida Tlaib wrap it around her neck. It's like a black and white check fabric. She's wearing that hijab, and he's wrapping one around his neck. So that's how I know they are Palestinians. I feel so old when I have to actually wear my glasses to read something off my screen. Mark is asking, do you think the Afghan refugees that would bring here will try to fit in? Mark, that's not an easy question to answer, and let me tell you why. I published a video today on my Facebook, and I mentioned, it was a rally in Los Angeles, California, of majority Afghans and many other people rallying and opposing our government to save Afghans and bring them to America. The signs were like, Afghan refugees are welcome. And as I was watching that, and it is on my Facebook page if you want to see it, I couldn't help but to look. It's like, it's so ironic. They're standing in Los Angeles, waving their country's flag, Afghan flag. Now, I'll say again to prove. You see, this is the flag I have. This is the Persian Iranian flag I carry, which I don't know if you're familiar with it or not. This is the Pahlavi Shah of Iran flag. This is the flag I stand by. And trust me, they're very hard to get because the one of the Islamic Republic with the stupid Allah in the middle is what you can buy. But I don't have one that's like that. But you watch that video and they're standing there with their Afghan flag that on the very top in Arabic, it has, there is no, Muhammad is messenger of Allah and there's no God but Allah. They're waving it and they're wearing their hijab again in Los Angeles. And they're like, we don't want Taliban. I can't help but to kind of want to go in there and say, I'm sorry. You are in Los Angeles, California. You are in America. You're a free woman, but you choose to wear the hijab that is the sign of oppression. You are waving an Arabic, Islamic flag in my face, and you're asking for freedom. You have the freedom. You ain't taking it. So you're a hypocrite on the streets of Los Angeles asking for more Afghans to come to this country, those who will not understand the freedom, who will not value the freedom that America can offer them. See, again, it goes back to this isn't you want to run from Taliban because they are enforcing Sharia on you, but you want to come in America, wear the hijab, go to the mosque and fast on Ramadan, which is Sharia. How does that work? You can't have it both ways. You can't. If you want a better life, you're going to have to choose the better life. You cannot be one. I have talked to many ex-Muslims, for example, where I said, In order to be a survivor, you have got to let go of the victimhood. You are never fully survived if half of you is still in the stage of victimhood. If you still consider yourself a victim, I have actually sometimes corrected certain hosts on different radio programs or TV programs that I go. They're like, "Oh, she's a victim of childbirth." I'm like, I'm a survivor of childbirth. I'm a survivor of Sharia. I'm not. The victim part was left behind. It's done. And the only way I could achieve this was when I took the damn hijab down and I stopped inside me, stop worrying about burning in hell if I said something mocking Muhammad. When you do that is when you survive. So to answer your question, I don't know. My general knowledge says no. No, majority of them are not going to try to fit in. Majority of them are just running from the truth of what they practice so they can have the freedom to cherry pick their so-called religion. And some of them are most likely going to join their local mosque for the next upcoming bombing or terrorist attack against Americans because we're so evil. That's the best answer I can give you. I see a lot of people. Yes, I agree with anybody who's saying Biden has created a disaster. But remember, Biden is literally just following order. With the nap he took while in meeting with Prime Minister of Israel, Bennett Naftali, he literally took a nap. I still can't believe it, but you really think that guy can create a disaster? No, he's just a puppet who's listening and following all orders. Joe says Taliban now has more Black Hawk helicopters than our allies. What does that tell you? Joe, it tells me that the Western governments, again, I said this on a private call today, and I was so almost sure I wouldn't say this on air, but you know what? Here it goes. I don't even know how long I've been on a live feed, so I'll keep my eyes on this to make sure. Okay, so you see, when last year under President Trump, when we took out, for love of God, I'm drawing a blank, if anybody can help me here, the Iranian leader of Hamas who tried to attack our embassy in Iraq. Anyways, when we took him out, the left were out there crying, Trump has started World War III. Oh, Trump has started World War III. And I actually did live feedback and saying, calm down. No, he didn't. What nobody's talking about right now is Biden administration has weaponized the global caliphate. Biden administration has weaponized the global caliphate. And I don't mean with 1 or 2 tanks or a couple of ammunition. No. Biden administration has provided billions of dollars in weapons to global caliphate. And again, for years and years and years, many of us have been warning you of red-green axis. Remember red-green axis? The Islamic Communist Alliance? Yeah, you're looking at it. You're looking right at it. The Middle East is about to go down in flames, and I know a lot of people think that's a good thing. It isn't. Again, in general, to give weapons to a terrorist jihadist group so they can go and kill innocent people, never a good thing in my book. Ever a good thing in my book. But do you actually and truly think that it's going to end there? You think they're just going to kill each other in the Middle East and that's it? No, they are putting together an alliance right now. As I said, we have Taliban, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, IRGC, Hezbollah, Hamas. They're all aligned right now. They're all buddies. They will go after Israel. And then they're going to start in Europe. And ultimately, 43 years ago, as Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini said in Iran, let the plan begin. We will wipe Israel off the map and take down the great Satan, aka America. The only way they could have done it was infiltrate within, right? Infiltration within. That's why the election had to be stolen. They needed Biden administration in power. So Taliban could have their hand, get their hands on all the weapons they have. That is what it tells me. Black Hawk or any other weaponry, the fact that they have direct access to our highly advanced technology of night vision fight. That's something. Okay, let me thank you so much. I am seeing all your kind words. I truly appreciate them. And again, take it how you want, but I am asking for support because, yeah, no war has ever been free. So wherever you're watching this, I will be grateful if anybody can show support, and I mean financial support. You can either donate through my website, LiveUpToFreedom.com. I know there was a question on Facebook asking me for how they can financially support me. You can make donations on LiveUpToFreedom.com. You can purchase my art, available on LiveUpToFreedom.com. You can become a Patreon, available on LiveUpToFreedom.com. Or you can buy one of our gears, or not gear, what do we call it? T-shirts, mugs, anything you need. Again, available on LiveUpToFreedom.com. So simply go to LiveUpToFreedom.com. Right on top of the page, Annie's art, donation, the store, and Patreon. They're all right there. You can click on one or all four, and you can support what I do financially. Okay. Somebody is asking about my necklace. Is that Egyptian? No. And you're asking about this flag. Okay, this flag is the flag of my motherland, Iran. Not Islamic Republic of Iran, no. Iran. This is the flag of Iran. My necklace is known as Farbahar. It is not Egyptian, it is Persian. Farbahar is, it's basically the angel of protection, the soldier with the wings. I don't think the light will allow a clear vision of it, but if you look up Farbahar, F-A-R-V-A-H-A-R, Farbahar, it's the angel of protection. It's a Persian, goes all the way back to Cyrus the Great time. That is the necklace. Let me see if there are any questions. Oh, sorry, YouTube just jumped completely. Okay. And yes, I see somebody making comments about how many of the voters, the Biden voters, are just dead people. Yes, that's how it is. Okay, give me a second. Unfortunately, I absolutely hate to do this, but I have to block someone here. I am trying to be nice, I'm trying to be kind, and I'm trying to be tolerant, but sometimes it's just impossible. Here we go. Okay. That person is gone. Now, I'm going to quickly look if I missed any so, thank you, Soleimani. When we took out Soleimani, somebody put the... Yes, that was the name that I forgot. Okay, I want to make sure I'm covering everything. So we covered the source. We covered the, good stuff of... This is alliance, red-green axis. This is getting disastrous. And to answer the question of many asking, what can we do? Here are the things we should do. Now, what can we do? There's a lot of things we could do, but my personal opinion on what we should do, because could and should are different. Number one, pick up your phone. Don't worry if it's going to work or not. If enough of us do it, it will work. Pick up your phone and start contacting your representatives. And I don't mean call them, be like, hey, I just wanted to know if you have any plans. No. Remember, they work for us. So you're going to call them and you're going to provide them with the plan. Plan is you're going to do whatever it takes to, one, get all Americans home safely, to two, stop the flood of on-screen Afghans or Palestinians or Pakistanis or Iranians or any of Middle Easterns into our country. Number three, close the border now. Number four, you're going to open an investigation into Biden administration, because impeaching Biden's not going to fix this problem. It's actually what they're hoping for our side to do. Because if our side impeaches Biden, then our side elected Kamala Harris to become Madam President. So pick up the phone. Love you too, Patty. Pick up the phone and call your representatives. Call and email until they hear you. Make sure they know that as an American, not only you're not comfortable with what's happening, you are also very aware of what is happening, and you're not going to allow it to continue happening. Number two, I have heard many people are raising money for the Afghan refugees who are coming into the country. What are you doing? What are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? All of these refugees are going to be taken care of thanks to my tax money and your tax money. Why are you raising donations for them? Huh? Somebody emailed me. I shall write back to them. And I'm sorry, my email's been getting a little out of control, which I love it when I hear from you guys. LiveUpToFreedom@gmail.com is the email that I receive emails on. But somebody emailed me saying their family members or somebody they know is raising donations to buy clothes and, comforting stuff for the refugees who are coming to their city. And if I had a suggestion of what kind of clothing the woman and girl would be comfortable with, as I said, I'll write back. I haven't had the chance. But as I said, you do not need, nor should you, put together fundraising and crowdfunding and donation campaigns for these refugees. They will be very well taken care of. I would say this: if you have money to support, 13 Marines were killed. They have left families behind. They need this money way more than these Afghan poor little refugees who are coming to America. You want to donate? Donate to their campaigns. I know one of the Marines' wife is expecting their first child on September 26th. September 26th, the baby girl will be born. Her father is not coming home. Donate to that campaign. So the mother and the child can have at least a little bit of peace, knowing that, she can support the baby until she figures it out. So I would strongly suggest you stop your humanitarian aid for those who are flooding our country with absolutely no idea who they are. Now, if it comes to that they decide to become one of us and fight for our country, sure thing, I'll be the first one to donate to their campaign if they are active. Until then, don't worry about it. Biden administration is going to take great care of them. You don't need to raise money for them, nor do you need to buy gifts for them, nor do you need to worry about them. They will be taken care of. Talking about hold on, let me answer this question. Why won't the Afghan men fight for their country? 20 years to teach them, and they talk and run. Few reasons. Number one, again, we might have trained them for 20 years, but the circumstances I guess it's kind of like, you go to school to be a general surgeon, and then when you're done at the school, you go through, certain training while another actual active surgeon is watching what you're doing, and then gradually you go to be on your own internship. There you go. We train them and then we dump them into war. It's different. Secondly, Even if they stay and fight again, when we left billions of dollars weaponry for Taliban, do you really think these men stand a chance? What do you think they had? And I'm not defending them, please understand. I'm just answering your question. The general picture is we trained them for 20 years. No, we didn't. We babied them for 20 years. There's a difference. Um, uh, Secondly, right when we were about to leave them to pass the test of training, we also handed billions of dollars of really advanced, awesome weapons to their enemy. So they stood no chance. Again, as I said, take it however you want. America itself, we have what it takes to get all of this. I don't have a polite word to use for it. Here we go. The shit show we're facing is absolutely possible to get it under control immediately if our administration wanted to. But, well, as I said, for 20 years we kept playing around and going in there. We had many chances to destroy Taliban once and for all. We had chances to destroy ISIS once and for all. Listen, Israel had a chance to destroy Hamas once and for all not long ago. We stepped in and told them not to. The thing is, listen, if terrorist jihadists are gone, our administration won't make money. The companies that make weapons, they don't make money. Come on, let's be honest. They're not going to get rid of Islamic jihadist group for our sake. They don't care. And end of the day, when the global caliphate is starting to take place and be finalized, then it is what it is. At this point, it is what it is. But at 20 years, we could have done this. We had it under control. We could have cornered them. We could have finished them. Hey, Iran was almost finished. Obama came along, made sure to give them as much money as he could to make sure they're not finished. That's just the way it is. Western governments are here to make sure that the terrorist jihadist regimes and groups continue being active. That's just the way. And again, for anyone to think otherwise, I'm sorry, you're just naive. You're naive. That's why I say red-green axis is alive and very real, just the way it is. So that is to answer your question of why they're. Patty, I think we kind of passed the point of embarrassment. We are at a point of discussing. As I said, I watch, like, this morning I was watching the IRIB, Islamic Republic of Iran's broadcasting news, highlight of news, and it was so unusual. For a long time, I would sneak in there and watch their news, and they were all like pulling their hair, like, Trump said this, Trump said that, Trump is making threats. They were so, and this morning's like actually the news anchor is a woman. She has this giggle of the president of America taking a nap in the middle of a meeting with Naftali, and I'm like, is she actually laughing at us? Oh my gosh, she's laughing at us. Oh my goodness, she was laughing at us. What a giggle. She's reporting how our president took a nap in the middle of a meeting. It's disgusting, it's disturbing, and it's just sorry. It's just going to get worse. This isn't about, as I said, this isn't the worst part of it. Boris is asking on YouTube, how do you crush an ideology? There's actually a very, very simple and easy way to crush an ideology. Do not enable it. And an ideology is just like a bad behavior. It's how it is. An ideology is a bad behavior. You don't enable it and it fades away. Problem is, at every corner, Islam is being enabled. So it has gone from an ideology to a very powerful military weapon. Yeah, if I mean, not me and you, but if people would stop enabling, the whole, there's a meme, I think I saw it on, Bosch Foston, I saw it on his page. It's on one side, there's a mullah or a mufti says they call it Islam, and then on the other side is us. We have so many names for it. Moderate Islam, radical Islam, hijacked Islam, extremist Islam, reformed Islam, jihadi Islam, da-da-da-da Islam, da-da-da-da Islam. No, it's just Islam. They call Islam. Over there, they call Islam. If we would all just call it what it is and stop enabling it, stop financing it, stop feeling bad about it. That's the thing. Bottom line is bottom line. If you would like to choose a cult or an ideology, you are free to do so. However, you're going to have to go and deal with that cult and ideology and live by the code of that ideology on your own without having to invade my life. That's how we should look at it. If you are a grown woman, like the ISIS brides, you choose to go and become an ISIS bride, and then you hate on your country and your people, and you agree that they should be killed and beheaded, and then something goes wrong, you come back crying. I mean, UK is letting them back in, right? The ISIS brides are coming back to UK and they're regaining their British citizenship. Why? Why? That's enabling a bad decision, isn't it? It's kind of like your kid goes and, crashes the car, and then you realize they've been drinking. You sit behind the wall to cover up for them. Do you really think next time they drink, they're not going to get behind the wall? Of course they will. Except when they crash the car, they call you to come sit behind the wall to cover it up for them. That's what we've been doing. We are covering up from September 11, when Bush couldn't run fast enough to say Islam is a religion of peace. That's when we started enabling them. To this day, we're still enabling them. To this day, we are legitimizing a crazy jihadi group with absolute dead. They're literally having sex with dead bodies of women. That's who we're dealing with. We're legitimizing their government. A government. We're going to do business with them. So yeah, you can crush the ideology as long as you're willing to do what it takes, which is to stand and say, no, I'm not going to play along. I'm not going to be part of your game. You're on your own. Go away. Keep your safe distance. Social distancing. There you go. We got a social distance from the ideology. Tim says, Annie, inform people about the Pakistani ISIS, if you know about them. Yes, ISIS-K is what you talk. Why am I have fingerprint on my glasses. ISIS-K. I'm glad you brought it up, Tim. ISIS-K is a chapter of ISIS in Khorasan province. Khorasan is the K at the end. Interesting enough, Khorasan province belongs to Iran. It's on Iran. I don't know, south or east. No, it is southeast of Iran. Northeast of Iran. Wow, northeast of Iran. And they actually, they were established in 2015. The leader of it is one of the actually Pakistani Taliban members. And they came to establish themselves because in 2015, they said Taliban has started to be more soft and they're not strict enough. They're letting certain things slide. So they created the ISIS-K or ISIS Khuzestan, or the leader being Pakistani Taliban member. They started ISIS-K. However, thanks to Biden, who's their spokesperson, yes, let me tell you why I said until a few days ago, nobody even knew about ISIS-K. There were, just ISIS-K, some were doing their own thing until Biden decided to promote them. Overnight, they became a household name. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, exactly how the red-green axis works. Biden comes on camera innocently saying, we have a common enemy being, by the way, since when Taliban in America are we? But anyways, he said, we have a common enemy, ISIS-K. And boom, ISIS-K became ISIS-K. They're huge now. They're recruiting thousands by day. Okay. Said, Wow. Thank you so much, Janet, for your generous donation and support of my work. I appreciate that. You cannot. That is very true, Omar. Omar says on YouTube, says, why are we playing around? The real problem is Islam, parentheses, Shia or Sunni. Because it is. And I posted on my Facebook page, I said, let's remember the root of the problem with Afghanistan disaster is Islam. Biden and Biden administration and Macron, and all of these people are just tools. The root of the problem is Islam. Boris, I see that you said you cannot um, crush an ideology that goes back 1,443 years, I think. I don't know why I lost your comment, but I saw it. Yes, you can. You can. At any point. Again, old habits die hard, but they do die. At any point, if gradually, one by one, we would all stop. I still see on my Facebook page that people share my stuff and they name it radical Islam. Like I saw somebody share something from my page and she was like, you got to listen to Anni Cyrus. She explained radical Islam. I'm like, no, I don't. I explain Islam. Stop. If we all would call it what it is, which is Islam, and when our, co-worker or neighbor or whomever Muslim we know comes and say, hey, you're accusing me of being terrorist, we wouldn't be like, oh, no, I'm talking about the radicals. No, that is the moment when you ask them, why are they okay to follow a religion that is creating the terrorists that we're facing? And when they say it doesn't, you tell them to go open the Quran and read chapter 9, verse 5. Kill them wherever you find them. Who are them? Non-believers. Who are non-believers? Non-Muslims. You want to make the quick connection? You tell them to read 9:5, and then they're going to argue with, no, this is all about atheists. You're like, first of all, even an atheist shouldn't be your business to kill. Secondly, no, go read 551, where it says, oh, you who have believed do not take Christians and Jews as your allies, and they are each other's allies. So Christian, Jew, atheist, ex-Muslim, whatever. If it's not a Muslim, it's a non-believer. And 51% of the Quran you read, my lovely, moderate neighbor who goes have a beer with me. By the way, you're going to burn in hell for drinking that beer, unless you're drinking it to gain my trust and then stab me in the back. See, these are the things that everybody's scared of talking about. Everybody is afraid to say, hey, I get that you are a Muslim in America who's cherry picking your Islam, but you do realize you're going to burn in the same hell I'm going to burn in, right? And you do realize you're not Allah's favorite, because in Quran Allah says, my favorite Muslims are those who commit jihad through their wealth or their life. So if you're not financing jihad or going blowing yourself up, you're not even Allah's favorite. So don't talk to me about Islam. Okay. Thank you, Boris. I agree. Boris just said, Annie, we need people like you. I agree. And I think that's one of the reasons I've been active. I mean, crazy active. But then I look at, like on YouTube, for example, I put out a video that's very, very important. And then I look at them like, that's it? That's it? We managed to get like 200 people to watch my video. Woohoo! 200 people. I think ISIS just recruited 600 today and Taliban recruited 1,200 today. So what? We're way behind. By the time I get everybody to hear what I said, Taliban has grown into 5 extra thousand people. Boris is asking me to talk about reliance of the traveler. Boris, how about this? I promise you I will do that. I will do another live in another program and go over reliance of the traveler, because when I open that can of worm, I cannot close it easily. But I promise you, I will do a reliance of the traveler live programming. But I think a good question on Facebook. Do you think Turkey is going to lead the caliphate? No. No. Turkey is not going to lead the caliphate. No, the caliphate will be led by uh, by Hamas, Taliban, and Hezbollah. That's who's going to lead them. Um, do you have a link for GoFundMe for any of the Marines? I do, and I will post them on my page, even though it will be shadow banned. So keep an eye on my page for the links. I promise I'll post them. Um, a red green axis. Nancy's asking. Yes, Nancy. Red green axis. It's actually AXIS. It's basically the unholy alliance between Islam and the left, which we are facing today. And then Nancy also says Sean Hannity interviewed the VP, I'm guessing Vice President of Afghanistan, who's leading the resistance in northern Afghanistan. Why isn't this being covered by all news outlets? Why aren't we helping them? And why the crap aren't we getting our people and allies out, getting our people out? Okay, let me break that down. The resistance in northern Afghanistan, it's not something we want to support, and let me tell you why. I actually have the video. I haven't had the chance to translate and put a voiceover on it to post it. I'm doing a lot. This morning, actually, the spokesperson for the resistance did an interview, gave an interview to Afghanistan International, and they have come to realize they're going to sit down and negotiate with Taliban. They know for a fact there is no winning for them, so they have agreed to do negotiation with Taliban on their, they have their terms, Taliban has their terms. So this quick, they have agreed to sit down and negotiate. That's why we don't want to get involved with them. Again, remember, the sad part of it is, this is the sad part. A majority of these groups who are trying to gain momentum or control or power of these countries, again, at the end of the day, they read the same Quran and follow the same prophet without a prophecy. Some follow it to the T, some don't. But still, it's the same ideology. And that's where I go to no. If they are fighting to kick Taliban out of Afghanistan so they can be in power to remove the full burqa and niqab and just make it a regular hijab, that's still not okay. I personally will not provide any kind of support for a less oppression compared to more oppression. It's time for all of us to stand up and say no oppression. None. No. Done. And I understand our governments aren't going to do that, but that is the only way we're going to be able to manage this. And Franklin is asking, what is it called when Muslims lie to taqiyya? Taqiyya is when Muslims lie to anybody, not just Christians or Jews, to anybody. To further, there are 3 circumstances a Muslim is allowed to use taqiyya or lie. Save their life. If they say they're Muslim, they will be killed. They are allowed to say, I'm not a Muslim. However, remember, under those circumstances, they still cannot deny Allah or Muhammad nor mock them. So somebody asked me recently, how do I tell if they're real ex-Muslims or not? And I said, I'll make fun of Muhammad in front of them and watch them react. Because if they're not really ex-Muslim, they're going to react. They're going to get uncomfortable and they're going to worry about burning in hell. There's a red line there. The second thing is to save a fellow Muslim brother. And then third one is if this lying about Islam can further the agenda of Islamization. Those are the circumstances of a Muslim being allowed to lie. By the way, is anybody who's going to say, this is a Shia thing, Sunnis don't do it. This is in Quran. When Allah supposedly said, "I'm send you the perfected religion, the perfect book, the Quran, with verses with clear meanings and verses with not so clear meaning for you to translate under the circumstances, and Allah is the only one who knows the true meaning." Did you follow that? That's one of those verses. It's hard to follow. So technically, some of the verses in Quran are pretty clear on meaning. There are certain verses that Allah has left open that Muslim can translate however they want to fit that moment and circumstances, and Allah is the only one who knows what the real meaning is. Which on that argument, I actually always argue of, how do you claim to be a real Muslim if you don't even know what's the meaning behind the verse you just read, and Allah is the only one who knows the meaning? What's up with this secretive Allah of yours? Okay. Yes, I will do. Now, Boris and anyone else asking, I have done many videos on reliance of the traveler, Hadith, Quran. If you're on Facebook and not with me on YouTube, they are all on YouTube. I have short segments of minute to minute and a half reviewing and revealing verse and Hadith. It's called Any Time of the Day. All of them available on my YouTube channel, which you can get to my YouTube channel through my website, LiveUpToFreedom.com. LiveUpToFreedom.com. You see hashtag LUTF a lot. LUTF stands for Live Up to Freedom. However, by itself as an individual word pronounced lutf, it means kindness in both Farsi and Arabic. LUTF hashtag, you see it, I use it a lot. LiveUpToFreedom.com is where you can find everything. If you want to support me financially, LiveUpToFreedom.com. If you want to make sure to get all of my videos without censorship through Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, is that what I call Instagram? Yes. Again, go to my LiveUpToFreedom.com. And remember, every Monday I have my radio at 5 p.m. This week on Monday, my guest will be James Marder, congressional candidate from Illinois. We will be discussing Biden's disaster, so make sure to tune in. And the link to the radio, again, is on my website, LiveUpToFreedom.com. Should I say one more time? LiveUpToFreedom.com. LiveUpToFreedom.com. Get in there, sign up, donate, sign up for Patreon, purchase an art or T-shirt, something, because I need to do what I do. I am not going to let anything stop me. Because I saw some comments of horrifying to see what's happening and terrifying. For some of us, it's deja vu, it's PTSD, it's hard, but we're still doing it. So all I'm asking is, I'm doing my part regardless of how hard it is and how much sacrifice I have to make to do my part. All I'm asking is for you to do the same in return. If more people would get behind those who have the ability to tell the truth, because we have the ability to hear it directly from their channels and then translate it, we would be on top of this. And as I said, go to my website, liveuptofreedom.com, and then also call your representatives or email them, annoy them, repeat and repeat and repeat, just like I annoyed you right now with my website. Repeat it until they hear your point. Unfortunately, the article to impeach Biden is not the smartest move. I appreciate the Congress members who started it, but it is not the smartest move. I don't think the Republican Party should be the one who will be the reason that we have Madam President Harris. I would say either start with her first, or instead of impeachment, I would strongly suggest that Congress would start an investigation into the administration regarding the recent events. There are enough criminal activities, including billions of weaponries in hands of Taliban, and us absolutely doing zero attempt to either destroy them or regain control of them. That is actually a criminal act. So, call your representatives and let them know that you want them to do something more than the simple impeachment that will go nowhere. Thank you so much for joining me. I have figured out how to do this. I will make sure to continue on doing live feeds on both Facebook and YouTube at the same time moving forward. Share this video, get everybody to watch it, and I will most likely do another live feed next week sometimes. But as I said, Monday is tomorrow. Monday, yes, I think tomorrow is Monday. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Blog Talk Radio, Live Up to Freedom Radio, link available on liveuptofreedom.com. And then Wednesday, we have the David Horowitz Freedom Center webinar coming up. Registration link and information also available on my website. Thank you so much, John. You stay safe and vigilant as well. It is wonderful to see you still around. And then I will be back on Lindell TV. Oh, shoot, I should say. My channel on frankaspeech.com. Look up Live Up to Freedom or my name, Anni Cyrus, either one. I do have a channel on Frankaspeech where you can get my videos, especially if they've been censored elsewhere. I just upload them to Frankaspeech, and I should be back with Brennan House on Lindell TV Live Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You see, I'm everywhere. But again, link to everything is on the website. Stay safe, stay vigilant. Try not to get distracted with everything they're going to throw at you. And I'm going to go and get some more work done regarding our September 11 project. Thank you guys for being around. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.